Culture heads, what's Gucci? You already know what it is, man. AnthemCulture.com, all day, every day. It's actually been a really busy day. Like, it's currently like 10 p.m. right now, and I just finished up doing some work, so I had to lay this down just to keep you guys updated on the news stories that's popping on Anthem Culture. But just been busy working, getting a lot of things done. Just got a new client today, so that's always good. Did some running around, even got to hang out with the fam a little bit, so that's always fun to do. So it's crazy. You really have time for everything when you actually focus up, sit down, get some work done, get out, explore the city a little bit. You get to do all of that stuff. So just a different place, different location, man. AnthemCulture.com though, all day, every day. Make sure you log on, check out the app. But this is Culture News today. Episode 8. I actually been doing a lot of different Spanish lessons. Literally every night I listen to a lot of different listening exercises I go through. I have 20 different Spanish books, workbooks, dictionaries, all of that. So been doing a lot of studying just because it's a language I actually really want to pick up. So yeah, I've been doing that. So even when I've been making music recently, I always incorporate some sort of Spanish into it, a word or something like that, just as a natural thing. I don't know, it makes it flow better sometimes. So that's really dope. So look out for some new music, man. Let me know if y'all pick up on that. But for the time being, we're about to hop into the site AnthemCulture.com, really just to see what's popping for today. So actually, for those of you who are in the US of A, the United States, out in Texas, one of the biggest music festivals that's well known around the community, especially people coming up, is South by Southwest. So that's going to be coming up very soon, the 32nd edition of it. And I know a lot of people actually get a lot of recognition out that way just for performing. They do a lot of different showcases, whether it's a small band or even just a lot of different genres. So this article that we have on AnthemCulture.com is really about the international presence of this festival, which is really cool to see. So one of the headlining artists is actually by the name of BP Valenzuela, and she's from out all the way in the Philippines, and this is her first show out in the US, I believe. Yeah, she is. Yeah, so she actually recently put out an album a couple years back, so now she's been performing in a lot of different places. So yeah, this is her first US performance, and I got a chance to check out her music, which is pretty interesting. It's a nice vibe to it, real mellow and stuff. So we actually have some of her videos where you could link back right on AnthemCulture.com. But even just the showcase that she's going to be a part of, it's going to feature a lot of different people from around the world, such as South Korea, Spain, Indonesia, Singapore, and a lot more. So make sure you check more about that and the lineups right on AnthemCulture.com. Out in Syria, they're actually having a Made in Syria festival. It's a shopping festival, and just like we see a lot of Made in China stuff, this is Made in Syria. So this is the 50th edition of it, and the Prime Minister by the name of Imad Khamis actually kicked it off, and it's really just to highlight the great stuff happening out in Syria, and just their production, and really built just to stimulate their economy. So they're gonna have over 100 different companies that present products from a range of different fields, such as chemicals, textiles, engineering, food, you name it, you could find it out that way. So a lot of people were there browsing through just to see what all Syria has to offer, as well as people going there just to do business. So it's good for Syria just to grow their economy, and even just to get some more news coming out. I know it's different news come out on a lot about Syria when it comes to different turmoils happening in the country, but this is something that we should definitely pay more attention to, really just trying to come up. So they definitely would have some great things, so you can check out some of the pictures from the event right on AnthemCulture.com, and it looks like a really large event. And they're doing a lot of different things too, and having a lot of different exhibits as far as showcasing what the government is trying to do out in Syria as far as just growing up the economy. So whether it comes from renovating a lot of things, changing a lot of laws and regulations so people could really function more fluidly, or just providing business loans and import, export, exports, all of that good stuff. So that's right out in Syria going on right now. So make sure you read more about that on AnthemCulture.com. So there's an artist, she's Scottish, by the name of Rosemary Beaton, and her main studio is actually in Bishopton, Scotland, which is interesting area. It sounds like it is. I gotta do some research on it, but she's actually she's presenting some interesting ideas. She's saying now the iPad generation, quote unquote, is really missing out on seeing a lot of prize work from a lot of like popular artists, not only just in Scotland but around the world, just because we literally have everything right at our fingertips, like literally right at your fingertips. You could type right in the most famous artworks, and within 2 seconds you see all of the most famous artworks that you could just easily flip through, see it a lot of different ways, whether it's a video representation of it, whether if it's strictly just the photo, or it's a picture of the real life picture, and you could essentially probably just like see like a virtual rendering of what the actual museums look like. So she said all of this is really taken away from the experience and the overall love of actually traveling abroad, going to all of these different locations just to see the artwork in person. And I could say from experience, one of the biggest things just seeing stuff online versus the actual artwork is that the size difference. Like some very notable paintings, like when I actually like saw them in person, it's much smaller than what I would expect. So like when you have like a lot of tourists and a lot of visitors are there trying to see the same painting, it's like you're standing so far back, it's like, wow, I can't really get all of the detail. So I mean, it's essentially seeing it on an iPad, you really would see it up close in person and as much detail as you want to see it. But it is definitely something about actually going to the actual exhibits just to see it, and just the overall experience of traveling to the new place, going to the museum, scouring around the museum just to locate this one piece of artwork. It's a whole event in itself. So I'm sure like art connoisseurs would be interested in that, but you're just talking about the general public, you know, it's always much easier just to click, swipe, and get the experience right in your hands from the comfort of your own home. So she's actually gearing up for an upcoming exhibit that's going to showcase a lot of her artwork. So, you know, this is definitely a story just to get her name out in the PR, just to share her ideas and stuff like that. But a side note of it, you should definitely keep an eye out for her exhibit as well, so you get all the information on that right on anthemculture.com. Out in the UAE, hopping out to the UAE, man, at the Al Badair Desert, which is very popular when it comes to, I guess, sports, just because it's such a large area. So they're actually hosting the second ever Sharjah Sports Desert Festival, the SSDF 2018, which is actually a festival for motorsports. So they have a lot of different things, whether it comes to, from motorbikes to ATVs, all of that fast motor action right out in the desert. So you know you got all the space in the world just to do your thing. So it's actually like a pretty large competition. Like they have like a lot of different motorists that come out and participate and compete in it. I know it's 2017, it was very successful for it, so that's why they're bringing it back for the second year. So that's going to be held, I'm trying to find the date for you guys. Let's see. Can't find it right now, just skimming through it, but apparently it's going to be like more than 50 competitors from across like a range of different activities, and it's going to be a great competition. I mean, it has like a large prize. They have like a lot of different people coming out when it comes to not only just the media but the government, so it's definitely going to get like a lot of attention that it deserves, and hopefully it goes for another 2, 4, 20, 100 years. So that's something you can look out for when it comes to sports out that way. So make sure you read more about it on anthemculture.com. I'm just skimming the story as of right now. I haven't read too much into this one since it's a new festival, but I'm going to have to do my due diligence as well. So leave some comments. Let me know your thoughts on the event. It's very new, so make sure you check that out, anthemculture.com. Jumping out to Pakistan, they're actually having a food festival out in Sri Lanka, the capital Colombo. They're actually hosting the Pakistan Food Festival, which is going to feature so many great dishes from out in Pakistan. This festival is actually like really long, really large. It's a 5-day food festival that's going to showcase a lot of different Pakistani dishes and really just highlight the cuisine. Apparently like they have like a very rich and varied taste. So this is really just to bring out their sense of culture when it comes to food and cuisine. out to Sri Lanka, a place where they might not get typical Pakistani food. So even just to commemorate the event, they're going to be bringing out a lot of celebrity chefs. One by the name of Asad Latif, and he's like the centerpiece of the whole thing. So he's actually there serving food. He's a TV personality, so you already know the cameras are going to be in the building. But it's going to be held from January 10th to January 14th, 2018. So it's currently going on now. A couple more days, there's a few more days left of it. So if you get a chance, if you're out in Colombo, Sri Lanka, make sure you swing by there, or just hop on anthemculture.com. You get to see pictures of the actual festival. Currently, like, they had some of the prime ministers, other government officials walking through just to be presented with the food, taste some of it. So looking at it, it looks really good. So it's probably like a really fun festival to be a part of if you're a foodie. So make sure you read more about that on anthemculture.com and stay up to date on other food festivals around the world. Maybe you want to check out one. But those are the stories that we have today. Anthemculture.com, all around the world we get news stories. I think I was flipping through close to over like 10,000 different news stories and sources coming in like every single day. So I try to pick out some of the ones that sound interesting, and even just showcase like a growth of the culture, whether it comes from like the music, art, food, fashion, literature, architecture, sports, and just general news about the countries. It's always cool just to see like not only just an event happening in one country for itself, but even just the sharing of the culture, such as the Pakistani food festival happening out in Sri Lanka. So it's just a blend and a mix of culture, which is what Anthem Culture is all about. So make sure you continue to check out the site, anthemculture.com, all day, every day. Be on the lookout for new news stories. Subscribe and check out all of the content that I've been putting out. It's a lot of things in motion, big announcements coming up very, very soon. It's a brand new year, so you always got a lot of stuff going on. So getting into the swing of things. But without further ado, log on to anthemculture.com, download the app. Shout out to all the culture heads. Appreciate culture.